on the track. Oh boy.
Captain Saber Bro is here to save the day. Playerism is the antidote to feminism. Her to pay for this shit. No, but I can tell you, women ain't gonna try you if they feel like they can't try you. If they tried you, they felt like it was something else got going on. Worry about you. Worry about you, how you treat me. So make sure you hit that like button. Yo, what's going on? What's going on? How we doing out there? How are we doing out there? How y'all doing today? I'm your gracious game advisor. Let's get it. Let's get it. How y'all doing out there, man? What's going on? Your gracious game advisor, yours truly, King Drake. Y'all know my slogan, playerism is the antidote to feminism. Can we get a mic check? Who all in here? Press one. Who all in here? Press one. We got Pink Tips. We got Lucky Luciano, my guy. Casemiro, my guy. Heavy Hit says definitely in the building. Catch the first live. You in for a treat, my guy. My man Leak in the building. James Brown. Mactavius, not Marktavius. Change your name to Mactavius because you the ultimate Mac. You dig? You the ultimate Mac. Miguel Mendoza, Anthony Franks. Hit her with the 9. All Glizzy, Jay Munna. What's going on out there? We're going to get straight into the story time in a little bit. It's the goofiest thing that King Drake has ever done in the dating game. The goofiest thing that I ever done. At least I think so. At least I think so. I think it's the goofiest thing that I ever done. You know, I ain't like a lot of these guys. Like, oh, I was just this simp my whole life. And then I got on the internet in 2019 and I saw the red pill and I just changed my life forever. That ain't me, bro. That ain't me. I always had a little P in me. Ever since high school, you know? Shit, before high school. I always had a little P in me. You dig? But, you know, players fuck up. I done did some goofy shit. You know, I'm going to be telling more of them stories. Most story times. You know, I done did some goofy shit. Tyler Sims, what's up, bro? A-Dub, my guy. Tony Starks, my guy. Gonzalo, what's up, bro? What is going on? But first, real quick, guys, before we get into all this good game, this good story time, rather, this episode of the Captain Saber Bro live show is brought to you by the Players Club at theplayersclub.vip. That's my private exclusive men's community. You can join by going to theplayersclub.vip or click the link that Leak is posted in the chat. Or if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Music, you will see this link in the description. Click to sign up. It's only $25 a month. And with $25 a month, you get community. A community of like-minded men like yourself that you can feed off of, you can learn game from, you can ask questions, you can get your game right. We got all type of guys in there, you know, from all over the world. Community, a tribe, right? That's worth its weight in gold alone, but that's not all you get. You get to meet with me twice a month, right? Got bi-weekly meetings where you can come chop up game with me. Ask me any question you want. You know, bring your text threads, your dating apps, conversations, your phone conversations, your problems, you need solutions, your questions, dating, life, game, whatever. I got you. We do that twice a month. Them things be lit. So you get that. You also get 50% off on private one-on-one coaching. So an hour of my time is $500 per hour, right? And that's getting ready to go up real soon because it's starting to those one-on-one calls are starting to eat up my day. So I got to raise the price a little bit soon. So when you're a part of the Players Club, you get a discount. So if you want a half an hour, it's 180 or something like that. 150 or something like that. And an hour is 250. So if you're thinking about getting a consultation with me, you better off joining the Players Club first. But it's only $25 a month. Not only that, you get discounts on all my courses. When I do the Ultimate Ladies Man, when I do the Seduction Mastery, whatever I do, you get access to that for a cheaper, way cheaper price. So join the Players Club, man. Also, you get direct access to me. You can message me anytime you want. Guys are messaging me right now, right? And I'm gonna get back to them when I get done with the live. You can message me private message me, direct access to me, and I got you whatever question you need. Or you can post in a group. We got like a chat thing, like a live chat thing, and we also got like a Facebook group style app to where you can post your questions, you can post your videos. I don't really allow videos in there, don't be, but you can post if it's your video, if you're trying to explain something or you're trying to ask a question, cool. But like I don't allow other stuff in there. But post your videos, your articles, whatever, or your questions. So it's like a community app. So $25 a month, the Players Club.vip. You can't go wrong with that. Shout out to my man Anthony Frank for the $10 super chat. Also, guys, this Wednesday, no, not this Wednesday, this Friday, I have my free training, 3 secrets to make a woman fall in love with you. 3 secrets to make a woman fall in love with you. I'm going to be giving you game to teach you how to get women to fall in love with you and stay in love with you and maintain that shit. Because a lot of you guys are in sticky situations. You're in situations where the woman don't really like you. You're in situations to where you ain't getting no respect, sexless marriages, the whole nine. I'm going to teach you how to alleviate that so you don't have that problem anymore. It's absolutely free. Go to howtomakeawomanfallinlovewithyou.com. I know that's long. Howtomakeawomanfallinlovewithyou.com. Just spell it all out, no slang. Or you can click the link that's in the pinned comment right here in the chat. Click that link if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music. That link will be in the description. So how to make a woman fall in love with you.com. Free training. Very, very, very good. It don't cost you nothing. The only thing you got to pay is pay attention. So come get this free game. That's going down on Friday. I will see you guys there. But anyway, also follow me on all social media platforms. King Dreism. KINGDREISM. That's YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Threads. What else did I miss? All the social media apps. I'm on there giving daily games. So if you want to catch the bite-size game, not bite-size, it's monster level game, but the bite-size, like the length, the short form content, catch me on social media. So who we got in the building? If you guys have any questions, save your questions until the end. If you guys have any questions, save your questions until the end, and I'm going to get all your questions. Guys, use this time while I'm live to ask me your questions. Don't just be watching just to watch. Ask your questions because I take the time because I could be doing this shit in my private group, to be honest. So just use, while you got me live, use the time to ask questions because I could be going live in my private groups where my guys is paying. So I'm taking from them to give to y'all. So utilize me while you have the opportunity. But wait till I get done with the main story and shit. We'll do the Q&A at the end. So think of all your questions you got, and I'm going to answer them. All of them. So we got in the building. Macaroni Tony, what's up, my guy? Dennis, what's up, bro? Colin, what up, bro? What up? Momar, Samuel Hartfield, I see you guys. So if y'all ready for this story time, press 1. Y'all ready for the story time? Press 1. I'm ashamed to even tell this story. That's why I got my shades on. Nah, I just wanted to be a little swaggy. Dominic, what's up? Y'all ready for this story time? Press 1. Press 1 if y'all want the story time. Now, I've only told this story one time, and it was on somebody else's platform, and I don't think y'all saw that. Shout out to my guy, Afi Kingdom. I told it briefly on Afi Kingdom's channel maybe 3 years ago. I told this story. Yeah, it's very, very, very goofy of me to do this, right? Who we got? Y'all ready? Yo, baby boy, catch this question. You gotta wait. Wait, I ain't doing no questions right now. Hold it to the end. Hold it to the end. You can call me big dog. You know, not baby boy, big dog. You dig? You feel me? But so yeah. So about 10 years ago, just 2013, Memorial Weekend, 2013, I was in Puerto Rico. Was hanging out Puerto Rico, you know, hanging out Puerto Rico, doing my thing, doing my 1-2 thing, doing my thingy thing and all that, balling out of control. You dig? Because everybody be going to Miami, but that's where all the hood rats at. That's where all the low level hoes be in Miami. So we decided to take our talents overseas. Right. So we was hanging out in Memorial Weekend was hanging out in Puerto Rico for Memorial Weekend. Puerto Rico is I like that country. It's tricky. Puerto Rico get a little tricky. You got to be careful down there. It's U.S. territory though, but I still say it's a different country because it's a whole different culture, different language, different customs, different people. So, it's U.S. territory, but to me, it's a different country. You don't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico, by the way. So we go down there hanging out. Me and a few of my homies, we go down there hanging out. You know, and one day we meet we on I forgot this name of this Ashford Drive. If anybody ever been to San Juan, you know what I'm talking about. I think it's Ashford Drive or something like that. It's where like the Louis store and it's like the touristy part. So we on Ashford, I think it's Ashford. We on one of the main avenues where all the stores and shit. So we're going to these. They got a bunch of mom and pop restaurants on this little strip or whatever where everybody at. Now it's not as crowded as South Beach for Memorial Weekend. It's not that crowded, but it's a lot of females down here and a lot of celebrities. I don't know if they still do this shit for Memorial Weekend in Puerto Rico. There's a lot of celebrities go there. And it was the quality of women was way different. So we on the strip, we walking and going to get something to eat. We're going to this restaurant. It's me and two of my other homies. And we walk into this restaurant, just open restaurant. It's hot as hell down there. They got the fans blowing. It's like a mom and pop restaurant or whatever. And it's like a table with like 9 chicks. It's like 9 of them. 9 chicks is me and my homie. So I got a homie that be with me. He be on everything. This dude is like, I wish he was listening now. He be on everything. He go get all the chicks. He don't even play. So he instantly see all 9 of them. He the type he'll approach you. He'll approach. It's 10 women. He'll go approach, say, "Hey, what's up?" to all of them and bag the one he want. That's him. Or he'll sit there. He'll entertain the whole group. So this the guy. Like when we go to the club, we send him, and he come back to the VIP section with all the hoes. This my homie, right? So my homie go talk to the chicks or whatever. He talking to the chicks. And this one chick, she ain't really eating his jokes up like that. She kind of cool off to the she like low key. But he real funny guy. Real funny guy, real charismatic. He got like almost chicks have told me like how can I say this? Whenever we together, chicks always be like, this the one that like really get busy. Like this your guy that get busy. If you from the streets, you know what I mean. And this my guy that get busy, right? So, and they noticed that because he has like a carefree type of, like he's like a child, not like childish and like like he can't take care of himself, but he has the spirit of a child, and that is very seductive and intoxicating for women. Grown guy, mature, but he got this free spirit of a child, and you can see this when he's walking about. This is why this is what the thing with him. He's like a magnet for women. Remind me, I'm gonna tell a story about him too. When we get out, because I don't want to take too far of the story. I want to venture off too far from the story. So you guys remind me to tell the story of my homie after the club. I'm gonna tell that story. But this is my homie. She's like a magnet for women, like a magnet, because of the type of spirit he got. So he talking to the breezies or whatever, and I see one that's kind of like off in the cut. She like at the table, she ain't really eating it up. Like, this chick was gorgeous chick too. So I go, I'm like, okay, that's the one I want. That she seemed like she my type, right? So I go spit my little ism, right? I bag her. We chopping it up though. We chopping it up, and we instantly start talking about like we start talking about like business. We start talking about business. We start talking about business stuff. We start talking about business stuff. Like she was talking about like business, like getting money, shit. Like But at this time, I wasn't really no businessman yet. But I like her conversation, so we kicking it or whatever. We kicking it. So we exchange numbers now. We talking the whole time, like while I'm there. I ain't ever link up and hit her or nothing like that. We was just chit chatting and on the phone, this and this and that. I kept trying to link with her, but schedules was conflicting and all that type of shit, right? So end up coming back to Florida. End up coming back to Florida. So me and this chick kicking it, right? Me and this chick kicking it, talking, not really on we're not really talking like we hadn't met each other yet, but because she lived in Arizona. She was from Arizona. When you go down to places like that, it'd be women from everywhere. And she was from Phoenix. She was from Phoenix. And so we talking and she's like, hey, let's meet up or whatever. Cool, we need to meet. Like, what you doing? I'm like, okay, cool, let's set that up. Now, this was flying women out wasn't the thing. We wasn't really that wasn't the thing. Like how now you see a chick, you meet chicks on Instagram, and the thing to do is just you fly women out. You don't have to deal with women from the town. That wasn't no thing yet, right? So we planned. She was like, "Well, look, we're gonna go on a cruise, right?" She's like, "We're gonna go on a cruise. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me. Come with us on this cruise. It's gonna be me and a couple of my homegirls." And so I'm like, bet, right? I'm like, bet. So she like, yeah, let me know when you book the cruise. And the cruise was to Turks and Caicos, I think. The cruise was Turks and Caicos. So at first I'm hesitant. I'm like, man, I hope this chick ain't on no shit where she want me to pay for all her homegirls and this type of shit. So I'm like, I don't know. But she was showing me a lot of interest, right? She showing me a lot of interest and texting first and doing the whole good morning and all that shit. So I'm like, what, let me see what this about. I'm not finna be going to trick with nobody, no nothing. And she was gonna buy her own cruise ticket or whatever. She gonna buy her own cruise ticket. So I'm like, bet. Right now, it's not a very long story. It's very short because it's very goofy. But so I finally buy the cruise day. It was like fucking $800, $900, something like that. Like $800 or $900 back then, right? So I finally buy the cruise tickets. For me, I bought my cruise ticket to go to what's her name? Because she hit me. She like, hey, look, we already bought our shit. She like, me and my homegirls already bought our shit. We already bought our tickets. She sent me the receipts and everything. Well, she sent me her receipt. So I went ahead and bought mine, hit her up. I'm like, oh yeah, boom. Hey, I went ahead and got my thing. Hit up, I got my thing. So she didn't really she didn't respond back right away. She didn't respond back for like a day. So I went on Instagram. Now, this Instagram, for you guys who a little bit younger, if you weren't really using Instagram back then, you couldn't DM people. You had to like, if you wanted to holler at somebody or you wanted to holler at a chick, you had to go like on a picture from like 6 months ago and then comment on the picture. Then when she see it, you you delete it or whatever. So I go on one of the pictures, the old picture, like, hey man, text me or whatever. So she ended up hitting me up 2 days later. She like, oh shit, that's what's up. You bought the ticket, da da da. So boom, right? She didn't say nothing at first. So we chopping it up, whatever. So a few days go by. I saved this. I'm gonna look to find this because this was so goofy of me that I saved this. I saved this. I took a screenshot of this and I saved it somewhere. So it's on one of my like my iCloud somewhere because I used to have an iPhone, like the iCloud. It's somewhere on that. I'm gonna go find it because this shit crazy. So couple days go by, she ain't really, we chit chatting or whatever. She don't say nothing after I tell her, right? So probably like a week before it's time to go on the cruise, whatever. I'm excited because I ain't never been on a cruise before. I'm excited. I'm about to go, hang out with some hoes by myself, you know. And then I'm like, hey, I'm gonna invite one of my homies or some shit. Like, nah, you straight, just come. You cool. Let's just hang. Don't worry about all that. Week, damn near to week to the cruise. She hit me up, right? She texts me. She's like, oh, by the way, my man coming with me, right? Man, this shit finna make me mad. Think about this. She like, oh, by the way, my man coming with me, and I think it's good that y'all could chop it up, and maybe, link up and handle some business, right? So I'm like, what you mean? So I'm like, what you mean, yo, man? Right? She like, yeah. She was like, yeah, I got a dude, I got a man. You know what I'm saying? I got a man, and so I'm like, what's up with the homegirl? She like, oh, they backed out on me. So I'm gonna just bring my man instead. Right. So I'm like, man, you tripping. She was like, all right. I'm like, all right, well, then I see you there, whatever. I'm like, I just see you there. So I ain't never respond to her, right? I ain't he said, bro, I'd be hot. I was fucking fire as hot, bro. I was mad. But I ain't like go off on her, no shit like that. She tried me, but this damn thing was $900. So I'm like, y'all cool. I see y'all there, whatever, whatever. So I ain't never respond to her again, and I ain't never go. I just talked that up to a loss. And back then they didn't have all that trip insurance and all that shit. So there was a whole L. They ain't have the C-19 tragedy, and you know how now you do a flight, you can be like, I caught C-19 and they'll give you your money back. You couldn't do that back then. So I took that L. I took that L like a mug, bro. So she kind of wanted me to like, I think she wanted, because I went to, like, I was kind of doing my investigations on her page or whatever. And I went like way, way, way back. So I seen the dude and shit. So I'm thinking that she kind of wanted to, link her dude in. I don't know what she thought was going on with me. She probably kind of read me, seeing how I was dressed and seeing how, I had my jewelry and stuff on and the Rolex and the designer shit and all that when I was down there. She probably thought she was trying to link her dude up to get some money or something like that, but she pulled the okey doke on me and shit, and I was out of $900. So that's the goofiest shit I ever done. I never went because I ain't dumb enough to go. A lot of y'all would have went anyway, just to hope that you got a chance. But I felt real stupid about that. I felt real stupid about that. I still do to this day. I'm gonna go and find her on my old Instagram and tell her she a piece of shit, But what would you guys would have done? Would you guys would have went? Would you guys would have went? Now, I don't think I was wrong. I don't think I was wrong. I met it. I think I played fair. It's still goofy though, but I think I played fair. Like, chicks say, "Oh, let's link." I'm like, bet. So I do it. Trying to link. Yeah, I got played. Well, I ain't get played because I ain't end up going. But he said I would have went and bagged another. I was too mad, bro. I was like, man, fuck this bitch. I'll be the to beat this bitch up and her dude. I don't hit women, but but yeah, man. Bitch tricked me into getting a ticket to go on a cruise, and then was bringing her fucking boyfriend, bro. So y'all gotta be careful. These chicks crazy. But another lesson too, and that is you have to be, especially for my guys who be like, all my guys in the trenches, you got to be careful about the type of women that you're dealing with, because a lot of these, chicks got dudes, and the dudes be plotting on you, and they put the women on you and shit like that. You got to be careful about shit like that, But yeah, man. So I learned my lesson. I learned a valuable lesson. Like if a woman ever asks me to go somewhere, she gonna have to pay for it. She got to book my ticket. You know, if she say, "Oh, let's go on a cruise," she gonna have to pay it. You know, but yeah, that was the goofiest shit I ever done. Now I done did some. I don't want to say goofy. I say borderline trickish, borderline, borderline trickish, borderline suckerish. I done told this story before though, I think. But I had a situation with this chick for like a year, then another 6 months. I was I met this chick. It was this same guy. A matter of fact, my homie who I was telling you, that's like that has the like that type of spirit. His cousin, I met his cousin. It's like his second cousin or something like that. I met his second cousin and shit. So and she was like, real cute chick. And so I was like trying to like link with her and shit. Back then you didn't have access. Everybody didn't use social media, so you didn't really have access to people like that. You know, so I was trying to. Everyone has a simp story. I know I do. I don't think I think it's goofy, but I don't think that wasn't no simp shit. This what I'm about to say is borderline simp shit though. With this story I'm about to tell is borderline simp shit. So this chick, her phone was messed up or something. Like her phone was like something was wrong with her phone or something like that. It's probably a year before the Puerto Rico shit. Something was wrong with her phone. So I pick her up or whatever. I go pick her up. And I'm like, man, I finally get a hold of her. Like I finally get the link with her and shit. And back then we didn't really do the dates too much. We just go pick chicks up, fucking get some wings and just ride around with them and shit and chit chop up game, drink a little something and chill out. So I go pick her up, we riding around or whatever. And I'm like, man, you supposed to, I'm talking fly shit. I'm like, man, you supposed to answer a phone for a real nigga. Like you ain't supposed to be, you playing. Like, when I call you, this your ticket right here. I'm the not on no trick shit, but like, you fucking with the real one. So she hit me with the, oh well, if you got something to say, then get me a new phone. Like if you want to have access to me like that, like you say you do, then buy me another phone. So boom, we go. Oh man, I go to the phone store, right? I go to the phone store and I buy this chick a phone. This phone was like $300. I bought the chick a phone, and this was before I even had sex with her. This was before I had sex with her. Now I end up talking to this chick, man. This chick had, yeah, man. Yeah, I did, bro. I did. That was some gay. I said the wrong word. That was some sucker shit, right? But me and this chick ended up dealing with each other for about a year. But when I think back on it, to me, I was kind of like her sucker, I think. Now I never was like, I ain't never like was giving her money and because I ain't never been no. It ain't no. I don't think it ain't really no woman that's walking the face of this earth that could say I gave them money and they wasn't my girl. Like my girl, like in a relationship. I don't think there's nobody that can say that. I'm pretty sure that there's nobody that can come out and say that. Maybe I'm wrong. Not even maybe that I'm wrong. I'm like 99% sure that there's no woman ever that can come out and say, hey, he used to be giving me money and nah, bro. Or he used to be buying me this and because I ain't never been that type of person, but I was really trying to get this chick. So, and then I got caught up for a while. I got caught up in not the trick shit, but I started at this time like I was doing very, very well. I had just started making a lot of money, and so I got caught up in I got caught up in the trick culture. I ain't no trick though, but I got caught up in throwing your money around. I got caught up in that for a little bit, but not with every chick though. I ain't do that with every chick, but I'm feeling myself. I wake up. I done made 40 G's this week and shit like that. So I'm like, I got bread. Shit ain't nothing. I got caught up in that type of shit. So yeah, so I ended up buying this chick the phone. I ended up buying her the phone. And I dated her for like a year. But when I think about it, like now, I don't think she was feeling like that. You know, I don't think she was feeling me like that when I think about it now, you know. And she was kind of like getting out of a relationship. Like and she's married to this dude right now. She ended up marrying this guy. But they had been together for years, and he had been cheating on her or whatever. She probably was dealing with both of us at the same time. But he, back then he ended up cheating on her, and so she was just trying to like, get away and get out and try to get over him and shit like that. But it was like that type of situation. I probably was more than likely was the sucker in that situation because it wasn't like this was a chick that when I dealt with her, she wasn't like super submissive to me. Like she wasn't like pouring into me. It was more like me like pursuing her. I wasn't chasing her to where I'm like on no shit, but I was pursuing her basically. And after about a year, I was like, this shit dead. And I kind of kicked her to, charged her to the game. But um, yeah, so that was the most goofiest shit I did and the most suckerish shit I did. Outside of that, can't nobody say no gang nothing on my name. Outside of that, I don't got too many goofy stories. I don't got too many. Oh well, I did this and I fucked up and I don't got too many of them stories. I was always taught to you know, keep it P, and I pretty much did that. You got to think, man. When I was young, when I was real young, man, I used to listen to like my first rappers that I ever liked was 8 Ball and MJG. The first rap group that I ever liked as a kid was it was the first rap group that I like when I first started liking rap and hip hop. The Chronic came out. In 1992, the Chronic. Like I would hear it as a kid. You hear it in the niggas playing it on the music, but when I started like, oh, what is start clinging to music, which the Chronic came out. But I never had the tape. My mom had the Chronic tape because my mom had me when she was young. So my mom used to listen to a lot of rap. Was the Chronic, and my mom used to always skip this song. Always, I know why now, but she used to always skip the song. On the Chronic, it's a song called "Bitches Ain't Shit But Hoes and Tricks." It's a song that she used to always skip that song, and so I used to go back and listen to that shit when she wasn't, So when she wasn't around, so I used to go back and listen to that. Yeah, I'm 7 or 8 years old, like listening to this type of shit. And back then, now like there's more this conscious effort of putting positivity in your kids. Be careful what they watch, because we're this whole social media age, but it wasn't really like that back then, bro. Our parents, they was rough. They was rough on us. Shout out my guy, Afi Kingdom. It was really rough, man. Like, not neglectful, but it just the same level of care. Like as a child, like we used to go outside all day, no cell phones. They used to just make us go outside in the morning all day. We riding bikes, way on the other side of town, like that type of shit as kids, bro. So the same level of it just that same level of awareness wasn't there. Now, like I don't even let my kids leave off the block, off their street. Like that's how conscious I am of shit like that. But anyway, my first music that I really like was into and I like was the Chronic. My first music was the Chronic CD, and that bitches ain't shit because my mom used to skip that song and I used to wonder why she's skipping that song. So I used to go back and listen to it. So you gotta think of 7, 8 years old. I'm like listening to this type of shit. Then right after this, 8 Ball and MJG, I was at my mom's. You know how back then your mom got her homegirls and friends and shit, but y'all act like you and their kids act like cousins and shit. It's like that type of shit. So I was at my cousin them house, right? Not my real cousin, but my mom homegirl house, for the weekend, and they had like this house party, and they was listening to the 8 Ball of MJG. So I snuck after everything was over. I had snuck and I was listening to it, and I end up going and scraping me up some money and going and buy the 8 Ball of MJG tape that I had heard at this party. And they was immediately pimping hoes with some shit that came easy to a player because they know well in hell Ain't no way in hell a bitch could get me to obey her. That's like one of the first songs on the CD, on the tape. 8 Ball and MJG, pimping hoes with some shit that came easy to a player. I'm listening to this type of shit when I'm 7 or 8 years old. I'm saying that to say, back then in music, back then it was no sucker trick shit. Captain Save-A-Hole was coming out like from E40. Don't save Captain Save-A-Hole. These hoes don't want to be saved. Like, this was in the music. It wasn't this, I'm gonna take you shopping, baby girl. Let me trick on you. It ain't tricking if you got it. So that wasn't the culture. And so I grew up on some player shit, like how, like players did it. And so then my dad, I know how I told a story about my dad. So I didn't grow up like doing goofy shit like that, like doing goofy shit with women, or grow up like this simp ass dude with women. I didn't grow up like that. So I don't have many stories like that. Again, I'm not the guy that's like, oh, well, I was getting taken advantage of, and it was this and this, that. And I finally got tired of it and snapped. And then I saw a video on YouTube and I just changed my life. It's not my story. Like, the things that the red pill teach now was in music in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? The shit that women do, and how to carry yourself as a quote unquote player. That was in the music, and the game was in the music in the 90s. So those two stories I just told was probably the goofiest things that I've ever done. Goofiest. Well, the first one was goofy. The second one was like trickish, suckerish, borderline simpish. And it didn't even, like, with that chick, that second chick, nothing really materialized from that. You know? Growing up in the 90s was loose. Yeah, bro. Drinking out the faucet, street light days. Yeah, you ever drunk out of a water hose, you young motherfuckers? Lee, you a little young, and you ever drunk out of a water hose? You ever drunk out of a water hose, bro? You ever had to go outside in the morning and you can't come back in? If you come back in, you got to go in the room and take a nap all day. You can't get up. So you just stay outside. You ever have to go outside and fight every day? You ever rode your bike across town? I'm talking about across town, not no little town either. I live in a city, right? You ever rode your bike from East Tampa to West Tampa because your cousin got a girlfriend that he in love with and he just want to go see, and so he make y'all ride the bikes 2 hours and hours, a whole mission all the way across town with no fucking money, no fucking phone, all this shit all across town to go see a fucking girl? Y'all ever did that before? And now you in other niggas' neighborhoods and shit, getting chased up out of there and shit. You ever had to go through that? So y'all don't know what it's like. The 90s was rough for kids, you know? The 90s was rough. I remember I went to Willie's record store and got Doggy Style. I think it cost $9.99. Yeah. Doggy Style was that tape too. Doggy Style, Dr. Dre, and 8 Ball and MJG. But then when Bone came out, when Bone Thugs and Harmony came out, I was Bone Thugs and Harmony up until like 98. Like, I ain't listening to nothing else. Yeah, it was no phones, no Ubers. Just imagine that. Like, my oldest son is 14 and 13, right? I just couldn't wrap my mind around them being 10 years old and riding a bike from one edge of the city all the way to the next. I can't fathom that right now. Through the hood too. Like, there's no way in hell I would let my kids do that when they 10 years. I wouldn't let them do it now when they teenagers. There's no way that I would let my kid, like, it's like, did y'all fucking love us? You know? Too Short player too. Too Short was cool, but Too Short was cool. Too Short was cool, but Too Short was like, I don't want to say before my time because I was a kid, but by the time I started listening to rap, Too Short wasn't the new thing. When I started listening to rap, Dr. Dre and them was the new thing. At least the Death Row Dr. Dre, not the old NWA Dr. Dre. because I didn't really get into NWA until a couple years later either. Like I wasn't really big on NWA, but Dr. Dre was the new thing. Snoop was the new thing. 8 Ball and MJG was the new thing. So, we got up on what was new to us. No GSP, none of that. You had none of that, bro. No phones, no money. Picture you being 10 years old. You don't got no money. You probably got $1, if that. Right? You got no phone, no money. You ain't ate. You thirsty. And you ride a bike way across town. You and your cousins to go see a girl. I ain't never been simpish like that. They used to do shit like that. Now I ain't gonna lie. when I did that when I lost my virginity though, I drove for that ass. I ain't gonna even lie. On a bike too, and I almost got beat up. I almost got beat up on my way back. Niggas was finna patch me up, bro. Dudes was finna patch me up. Y'all want to hear that story? Press 1. Did I tell that story already? When I lost my virginity and I was about to get beat up. I caught the bus to Smash for the first time. See, I couldn't catch the bus because I was skipping. I had skipped school. So I couldn't catch the bus. We got like truant, like you can't like I don't know about now, but back then you had to take your ass to school. They'll take your ass to jail if you wasn't in school, or juvenile hall or whatever. Mine was doing the Super Bowl halftime show. Yeah, so I rode a bike for some ass. Yeah, bro. So look, I skipped school one day. So y'all remember when I was telling y'all about Derek Grace, right? Shout out to Derek, little Derek. So as you guys know, like I'm real close with Derek Grace. Y'all know who Derek Grace is in the chat? You guys know who Derek Grace. I told this story a couple weeks ago. I raised Derek, basically. Me and Derek Grace, the second, he like the motivational speaker, got all the tattoos on his face or whatever. I raised Derek. Me and his brother best friends. If you remember me talking about that, I hope I think it was on YouTube. But anyway, me and Derek brother best friends, right? Derek probably 5 years younger than me. So I raised Derek, man. That's my little homie. But the board game dude, yeah, Derek, that's my homie. That's my little bro. Me and his brother best friends, right? So like we were so me and Derek, his brother named Eric, his big brother is my age, named Eric, right? This tattoos that I got on me, they got the same tattoos on them. But this how close we was. Like they didn't live in the same school district as me. So we were so close, we wanted to go to the same schools. And so our moms like lied on the school form, and he put his address, like his mom and dad put his address as my address, and his mom used to just drop him off at my house early in the morning, and then we'll catch the bus to school together, the school bus. So this morning, his mom, I set up me some action or whatever. I set up me something, right? And so his mom dropped him off early. So I'm like, boom, you gonna fucking you get on the bus, boom. I'm gonna wait on you. As soon as you get on the bus, I'm just gonna hit it, right? And I'm gonna ride to my destination, right? So, bro, get on the bus. I go to my action. So my action parents wasn't home, so I'm at her house. Parents wasn't home or whatever. So after school over, I kind of try to time. I timed how long it took me to get there, and I said, okay, so I'm gonna leave at this time. So by the time I get back, the bus gonna be there, right? And I could just act like I got off the bus. So I go back, drive the bike back. Now I'm a few minutes late. For some reason, I'm a few minutes late, right? I'm a few minutes late. So as I'm coming down the street, I see his grandma had picked him up that day. So I see this Derek brother I'm talking about. So I'm supposed to meet him at the bus stop, but I didn't. So I'm coming down the street and I see the truck and they stop. He like, hey, bro, you might want to go the back way, right? He like, don't go, because he's coming from my house. He like, hey, look, don't go that way. You might want to go the back way because some niggas on the end of the street waiting on you, right? Now I'm new to this neighborhood. I'm new to this neighborhood, so I don't know these dudes in this neighborhood like this. So he like, yeah, it's some niggas on the end of the thing waiting on you and shit. He like, yeah, they looking for you, bro. So be careful. And the grandma was like, yeah. So I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? I know deep down in my heart, I know why. I'm gonna tell y'all why in a minute why this happened. But I'm like, damn, bro, it's like that. So I ride the bike. I go the long way. Like my street is kind of like where I lived. Like it's like a street and it loops around. Like it's like a circle kind of street, like a horseshoe. Like it's like a main street, then my street, then it curves all the way around to another street. It's kind of like that. So I don't go straight to my street right here. I go all the way back around the horseshoe way. And so I do that. I'm trying to hurry up. I see a bunch of niggas at the end of the street, cars and all type of shit at the end of the street, like 10 niggas down there. So I'm like, I rush to my trying to hurry up and get in, like ride the bike to my house. So I hear niggas say, hey, Dre, right? I don't know. I don't even know these dudes. Niggas like, hey, Dre, come here right now, right? So I'm like, damn, bro. Now I can't go in the house. I can't go in the house like no bitch, right? Because this happened before in my life. When I was younger, way younger, I let a dude punk me, and I was like, ain't never gonna happen again, right? I let this one dude punk me when I was like fucking 8 years old. I was like, that'll never happen again. Now I'm like 14, 15. Like, nah, I don't care how many dudes it is. So I dude like, hey, come here. So I'm like, damn, man, they finna beat my ass. I already know what it's about. So dude called me over there. So now in this neighborhood, I had my next door neighbor. I had got cool with my next door neighbor. Like, he's my age, probably a year younger than me. And he was like kind of soft, like he real soft. So they pressure him, and he basically, what they was there for, he basically snitched me out because they pressure him. So they got him hemmed up. He won't even look me in my eyes. They got him hemmed up. He bouncing the basketball and shit. He won't look me in my eyes. So he like, you slapped my sister. Right. So this what happened. Dude's sister and me and this chick cool now. I ended up dating one of her friends like, a couple years ago or whatever. And then we talked about it and every shit was kind of funny. But so she like, you slapped my sister. So this what happened. We was in the lunchroom. Now, this dude's sister, his little sister was my age. He was a few years older than me. This dude was in high school, right? So the dude's sister was talking all type of crazy shit, like, just talking shit to me at lunch or whatever. So I'm like, man, chill with the bullshit. So she spit a fucking, I think she spit like some paper in a straw and she spit it and the shit got on my face. So I like kind of bugged up. I ain't slap her, but I like mushed her like, what the fuck is you doing, right? So she like, I'm gonna tell your brother. I'm like, bitch, go tell your brother. Fuck them niggas, right? I think I'm hard, right? I'm like, bitch, go tell your brother. Fuck them niggas. So she told her brothers, right? She told her brothers and they was waiting on me. So like, bitch ass nigga, you slapped my sister and this and this and that. So she spitballed me, bro. So as she they finna pounce on me, bro. They finna tear me up. My cousin pull up, cause back in the day, they got their little crew of people in these apartments or whatever, and they all hang together. And the word travels, oh, we finna fight, we finna jump on this nigga right here. So everybody pulling up. So my cousin, I got my grandma best friend's daughter. I call her my cousin. My grandma best friend, like one of my grandma best friend's daughter was dating one of the dudes. And when she pulled up, she like, oh shit. What you doing, Andre? What you doing over here? I'm like, I just moved right here. And she like, hell nah, y'all ain't finna jump on my cousin. Y'all gotta let that go. That shit dead. So bro, don't ever put your hands on my sister again. And that's that. We shook up and that was that. But them niggas finna fuck me up. And that was the day I lost my virginity. They was finna beat me up. They was finna fuck me up. And they was known for that type of shit too. But anyway, that's been that, man. Not that's been that. If you guys got questions, you put your questions in the chat. Put your questions in the chat. So yeah, my homeboy snitched me out. He like, yeah, he did slap her. My first homeboy, my Derek brother, he ain't snitched me out. He was like, I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. But the other homeboy, they done got to him because he soft. He like, yeah, he did it. So I wouldn't say it was my lucky day, but it was pretty lucky. They was finna do me dirty. They was finna do me dirty. It was like 10 of them niggas. And more people was walking up and shit. My cousin pulled up in her little car and she was like, hey, that shit dead. She like, that shit dead, y'all. Nah, hell nah. Not him. So, and it ain't even my real cousin. That's my grandma friend daughter. So, but put your guys, if you got questions, put them in the chat. Let's get it. Let's get this Q&A going. Did you see the video of the birthday girl with her 18 friends expecting her man to pay for all of them? Okay, so listen. You guys got to stop falling for them fake ass videos. Certain things I'm not going to react to because them shits be fake as hell, bro. That video was fake as hell. The girl in there, if you go look at her real page, she got like 100,000 followers or some shit. She a content creator, like a comedian content creator. If you guys notice, a lot of these videos that they be putting out is like, oh, man catches woman cheating, or woman says this, and it be some wild shit. If you guys notice, the women always got makeup on and be done up and got good clothes on. Y'all ever noticed that? Because they know they about to be on camera. So it's all staged. It's all staged. Always pay attention when you see these videos of these women getting exposed, or their boyfriends will be recording them saying some weird shit, or it'll be like, oh, man walks in to find his woman, or a man confronts his woman about cheating. If you notice, the woman always be sitting in the house on the couch, makeup on and good clothes and all that shit, because they know they about to be on camera. And I don't give a fuck what the skit is. A woman is not gonna let herself be on camera looking crazy. So a lot of this shit be content creators. People just be trying to go viral. The viral dude, Superstar Pride, got charged for murder. Heard it was the guy. Heard it was the girl, the dude his girl cheated with. I seen that, but I don't really know what happened. So I can't really speak on that because I don't know what happened. Story about your boy who talked to a group of girls and aimed for one of them. Okay, so one day I may have told the story before. I'm gonna tell it again. My homeboy, that's the guy that be getting all the hoes, right? We go to the club one night. I may have told this in a private group or something. I remember telling this story. I just don't remember where. We go to the club one night. And when we come back, we ain't got no action. So my boy, he got a pickup truck. Right? This how cold he is with like corralling the hoes. He got a pickup truck, right? So we go back to the spot. We was young. We was like 20, 21 years old. We was very, very, very young. So we go back to our spot or whatever. So we drive. We couldn't pull nothing. We like sitting around like, man. So we like, call what's the name? So we call my boy. Hey, where they at? He like, don't worry, I'm saving the day. Cause at this time, my boy lived with his parents still. So we had this crib. Me and Derek brother was roommates. We used to live together, right? Me and Derek brother, we lived together. And Derek and them used to be skipping school, coming to my spot, bringing their little chicks to our crib and shit like that. But me and Derek brother used to live together. So we had the spot when we was like 20 years old, 21 years old. So my homie had a bunch of chicks. He don't be knowing where to take them. So boom. So we called him. He like, Captain Saver Bro is here to save the day. When I tell you there's no bullshit, my guy pull up, him and his brother. My dude pull up, and this the guy I'm telling you about that I was in Puerto Rico with. Him and his brother pull up, and it's 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, right? In a pickup truck. On the back of the pickup truck, it's full of holes. Oh, I swear to God, everything I love. It's like what convinced some chicks to get in the back of a chick pickup truck and to be riding around at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning to go to some dude's house is beyond how he did that. It's beyond me. Like I ended up bagging one of them, but that's the type of dude he was. I swear to God, we go out there. He's like, "Oh, come outside, open the door." We go out there, and his hoes jumping off the back of the pickup truck. The pickup truck bed full of chicks. I'm like, this guy's that dude is the man. The man. That's my guy. On everything I love. That was crazy. Shout out to Tony Starks for the $5 super chat and King Dre We Trust. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that. Rain to the side. Man, listen, my boy bought rice and lettuce and sides and dessert to the sausage party on everything because we was about to give up. Remember, this is pre-social media, so you ain't just finna be sourcing chicks all day and you ain't got to know. We used to have to get up and get out and go work for them. And sometimes you just don't strike. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you just don't strike. Special delivery on everything I love. That was the craziest shit I ever seen when it come to something like that. Like, how did you convince all these chicks to get on the back of this truck? Do you believe in marriage? I believe in people doing whatever makes them happy, bro. You know? I believe in people doing whatever makes them happy. You seen Adam 22 clap back at Jason Love? Adam, no, I don't. I didn't see that. And if I did, I don't remember. Why don't approach women at the gym? If you asking me that, that means you already heard me say that. And why you asking me that again, I don't know. If you asking me that in that way, that means you already know why. I don't like bothering people when they're busy, me personally. When they clearly busy, unless a woman is like super choosing and like, if somebody's like busy working or busy working out, I don't bother them. What you doing if you've been with a chick for a year and find out someone you know cracked the chick? That's tough. That's tough. Nowadays, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it now because that's tough. Been there, done that, bro. And it's like, damn, bro. What the hell? That's tough. It's a cold game, ain't it? What can you do? You gonna break up with her? You know? I mean, is how close are you and the girl? How close are you and the girl? You know what's worse than seeing You know it's worse than finding out a chick that you fucking with and fuck with somebody you know. You know it's worse than that. Seeing a chick that you fuck with on a porn, like on like one of them fucking or one on like a fucking porn thing. That's crazy. That's crazy. I had that happen too. It was a chick, and I wasn't really fucking with her like tough. We was never on no. I don't want to put this because if I say this story, then if somebody know me, they're gonna know who I'm talking about. So I can't tell you this story. I've told this story before, so just go back and find it. It was a chick, and it was something that happened on my birthday. And it was this chick, so I can't tell that story. I'm not gonna tell that story again. But it was a chick I was fucking with. We wasn't close. Like I wasn't like lying. I damn near even like her like that. We was just my homie, right? So we was fucking around, every now and again. But I saw her on one of them sites like this shit used to be called, it was like rude.com. You guys remember rude.com? It's like what you can, before like Pornhub and shit like P-Hub and X videos, it was like people, it was like user-based content. Like I seen her on one of them. I seen her getting piped out on one of them. I was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm straight. I can't hear her no more. How do you deal with a guy in the group that get rejected and then try to piss on the party? Get him out of your group. That's called a hater. You don't want haters in your group. Them type of dudes will shoot you in the back of your head, bro. You don't want haters in your mix. Get haters out of your mix, out of your cipher. They will ruin, haters will ruin your life, especially hater men. You don't want to see the evil nature of men, bro. Get that hater out your group. One of these days, can you do a reaction video to a video that has got good real-time game dialogue between a man and a woman? I have before, but you just got to send me what you want me. Y'all got to send me what y'all want me to react to on Instagram, because I don't have the time to be looking for content. So a lot of the stuff that y'all see, people send me on Instagram. That you see me react to, people send me on Instagram. I typically don't have the time to be sourcing and trying to find content to react to. So y'all got to send me stuff. Thoughts on your girl following other dudes and other dudes following her on Instagram, bro? I would never go through a woman. I don't really have that time to be going through no woman's following, bro. I wouldn't know who followed my girl or who my girl followed. I don't know. Don't know and don't care, bro. If any woman that deal with me violate me, we done. So that's what I'm concerned with. I'm concerned with, if you violate me, we done. I don't have the time, energy, nor space to be worried about who a woman follows and who following a woman. You got way too much time on your hands, my boy. You need to be doing something productive and constructive. That's the type of shit she's supposed to be worried about. Ain't got nothing to do but sit back and watch your follower account go up and shit and see who did that. That's whole shit. You ain't supposed to be indulging in no shit like that. Then you probably be fucking confronting her about all that weird shit. Find you something to do, bro, with your life. Find you something to do. Someone else said it, but I'm gonna run it back because I wanted to hear it. The video of the wedding where the woman didn't want to say "obey vow." I'm gonna react to that tomorrow. That's coming out tomorrow, so pay attention around 3-4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. I'm gonna drop that tomorrow. During hardships, what kept you going? What drove you to be a better man? My children, bro. My kids. It ain't about you. You got kids. You got to make sure they straight, bro. When you have kids, you gotta make sure they straight. You responsible for your kids. So shout out to Dennis for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. Dennis come through every week. Shout out to everybody who super chatted the king. But yeah, that's what keep me going through hard times, man. Them kids, bro. They can't eat excuses, bro. They can't eat I'm depressed and I can't they can't eat that. So this I think that's the ultimate sin is, not doing the best for your children. I think that is the ultimate sin, outside of, you know, M and stuff like that. But, that should be in the Bible up there. That should be a part of the 10 Commandments. If you have kids, you need to take care of them. So, shout out to my guy MLD. Hey, I got a girl I'm thinking about taking serious. In your opinion, how do you balance the fine line between providing for her, making her feel safe, versus tricking off? It's not a fine line. That's a very thick line. You know, when you provide for a woman, you see to it that she's good, and you do that because she's seeing to it that you good, and she pouring into you. She pouring into you, you pour back into her. Tricking off is, you know, buying a woman. It's tricking is something very specific. Spending money, gifts, or resources for a woman's time or company or sex and or all of the above. That's tricking off. Shout out to the Balance Pod. Playerism is the antidote to feminism. Shout out to you for the $2 super chat. Appreciate that, bro. How important is a social life? It just depends if you're introverted or you're extroverted. For me, it's not important at all. I don't really care about a social life. To be honest, they say it's important, but it's not really to me. Shout out to my guy Lucky Luciano, $5 for the for the $5 super chat. Salute to you. That's all for sure. Appreciate you. What are some signs of cheating if you only seeing her once or twice a week? The fact that you have to think about stuff like that, that tells me where your behavior at. That tells me where your confidence at. And if you don't have confidence, if you're not sure of yourself, if you don't feel like you that dude, that top dude, then you probably ain't. And if you feel like that, then she feel like that. And if she feel like that, she probably cheating on you. Especially if you only seeing her once or twice a week. You know, you sound like you probably don't have sex with her probably once every few months. That's what you sound like. So if that's the major sign, if you have to be worried about that type of stuff because you lack uh because if there were signs that she was cheating, you would be like, hey, my girlfriend is doing this. This is that means she's cheating. But you don't even have no signs. You trying to find signs. If she was moving funny, if she was moving funny and you were seeing the funny movements and the red flags, you would come and say, "Hey, are these red flags signs of cheating?" No, you just like, "What's the signs of cheating?" I don't see her. You just insecure and you needy, and when she ain't around you, you think she doing the most because you don't believe in yourself. You don't think you that dude, and if you don't think you that dude, she don't probably don't think you that dude either. To be honest, so she probably cheating on you, bro. To be honest. The best way to get over the fact that I messed up with a good woman, the one I mentioned before, it's been months and still not over it. You gotta let it go, bro. It's over with. It is what it is. If you was listening to anything I said, you would have learned from it and you would have been more excited, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do this next time. It ain't nothing you can do about it. Let it go. It's over with. Move on. Stop listening to bullshit. How do you get a woman to cook for you at home if you already live together and she always want to order? Say, hey, we gotta chill on this ordering out shit, man. I want a home cooked meal. I'm tired of eating fucking GMO food and high sodium food and bullshit. I want to start cooking more. And if she ain't trying to do that, you need to get rid of her, bro, because that's gonna be unless you're willing to compromise, which it sounds like you don't really like that type of compromise. That's gonna be a headache. That's why you always got to get women who are in alignment with you before you take them serious, before you move with them, bro. I keep telling y'all that. Make sure you and the woman is on the same fucking page. How often do you go live on here, bro? Every Tuesday. I go live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, just hey man, you gotta you need to put them motherfucking put that apron on, baby. Do you guys have any more questions? Do you guys have any more questions? Let me know. See if I miss anything. I believe if a girl, I believe that if a girl cheats on anybody in the past, she would cheat on anybody in the future. Is this true? I think so. I think so. They say once a cheater, always a cheater. I believe that with women at least. I don't know. I put it like this: I wouldn't trust it. This is why women don't ever tell nobody that they cheated before. Women don't typically don't tell men that, hey, I cheated on my ex. Women ain't gonna never tell you that because they know. Somebody asked me that last week too. I don't think I could. If a woman said, yeah, I've cheated on my ex, especially like the last relationship, I'm straight on that. Now, if she 35 and she did the shit when she was 18, okay, cool, whatever. But if like the relationship she was in or the relationship before that, when she was an adult and mature and all that, she was cheating, I'm straight. I'm straight. To me, you'll do it again. Is there a line of process for moving on from a breakup like grieving? I don't understand what you're saying, but I think this week's podcast is going to be how to get over a breakup. I'm going to do that real deep. My girl said I can't wear no shirt on IG. She just got her body want to wear something revealing. Now she told me she ain't got no ring. I can't tell her what to. Y'all need to learn how to write. It sounds like, let me try to read that again. My girl said I can't wear no shirt on IG. She just got her body want to wear something revealing. Now she told me she got no ring. That's what you get for dating fake bitches. Stop dating these fake Miss Potato Head bitches who get a body done because they want sexual gratification and sexual validation for men. That's what you get. What do you think women get their body done for? Sexual or like breasts and boobs and shit like that. You know why? Because they want sexual attention. They jealous that the other women get sexual attention, or they think that they get a lot of sexual attention, and they want that same type of sexual attention. The sexual attention she get from you is just not enough, my guy. So yeah, she gonna be a thirst trap on Instagram. And guess what's gonna happen? The more she advertise, somebody gonna have the right price. And when I say right price, I'm not talking about money. So this is what y'all get for fucking with fake chicks like that. That's what you get. How to vet women properly is such a W course. Women will expose themselves to you. It is. It is. It is. I appreciate that. Thoughts about dating at hairdressers? I dated one before. To go straight in, I'm 20 years in with my wife, 17 married. After listening to you, I realize we have definitely been toxic for a minute now. Fix that, bro. My question is it even possible to shift into a healthy relationship while still living together and working with years of not showing up as the correct masculine energy? It's gonna be very hard, bro. It's gonna be because she's so accustomed to the bitch version of you, and I'm not to call you no bitch, but you probably been doing bitch ass shit and being toxic. She's so accustomed to that. She's so used to dealing with that. Anything else is like, you know, she's going to always. She's the version that she gives you is like prepped and braced for bullshit. And so she's gonna always come at you with that. It typically take you to break up or y'all to break up and be away from each other. And typically for you to get somebody else for so she can see that like you serious about you want something healthy. That's a lot of the times that's what it takes. At the very least, leaving the situation so that she can see that you're serious. But you're gonna have that's an uphill battle. 17, 21 years of that shit. 21 years of that shit, you have basically trained this woman into being toxic. This is a part of her character, bro. And so it's gonna take a lot of work to undo that. That's the uphill battle, bro. Been with my main for 4 years, starting over the road truck driving job that has a no Bluetooth policy while driving. I won't be able to talk to her for 12 hours out the day and won't be home for 30 days at a time. Whew, should I break up with her? Man, does she got kids? If she don't got kids, then tell her to see if she can come with you. But man, bro, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. That's why I didn't get. That's why I didn't do trucking. Not that I was like worried about breaking up with a girlfriend, but just like being away from my kids for that long. It's just like, man, that's a tough one. That's the only question in 5 years that I'm like, whew, I don't know, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Put it like this, man. If your girl is dedicated to you, bro, if your girl is truly dedicated to you, she's truly respects you, and she's truly like you her everything. I don't think that she would fuck around on you. But you never know, you know. Nah, I would say no. Don't especially if she decent. Like how after like so like after 30 days, do you come home and do what? Like then when you leave out again, like how does that work? Macaroni. What if a girl said her ex was cheating and she got her lick back? She's still a cheater. Listen, good, wholesome, decent women ain't finna be on no hoe shit. If you cheat on them, they gonna leave you. They're not gonna be cheating back and doing all that all shit and running up their body count and being hoes. That's an excuse. That's an excuse. If a woman has good character and good quality, when you violate her like that, she not gonna do harm to herself and let her catch it. Let other men use and abuse her body in the name of getting back at you. Letting men run up on her, run up in her that don't like her. Letting men take advantage of her body. Let men run through her that don't even like her, don't want nothing. A good character woman is not going to do that when you cheat on them. They're going to leave you for sure. That's the thing. Good woman, you got to be careful about good women because they'll leave you. They're not going to let you do them like that. At least time and time and time again. They'll leave you at some point. So if she cheated back, she just as much as a dirtbag as the ex that she say cheated on her. Follow your purpose if she can handle it. Yeah, macaroni Tony, keep doing your thing though. Don't quit your job over no chick though. Don't quit your job and try. Well, I'm gonna just do something and set yourself back. Nah, take that risk, take that chance, and if she there when you get back, then you know. But man, man, a lot of chicks, man, they not built for that dude being away type of shit, bro. They don't be built for that. So that's a decision you're gonna have to make, bro, on your own. I don't want to, some chicks can handle it, some chicks can't, and that's up to you. You got to know if your chick can handle that or not, bro. But that was a good one. But that was a damn good one. That one got me like, I don't know. I was with my BM for 9 years on and off, but single for 3 years. Is that too long to stay low and get your shit together? It's never too long to get your. It's always out room to get your shit together. That you shouldn't ask me no stuff like that. Shout out G Williams for the $10 super chat. I would donate and watch the game later for sure. Shout out to you, bro. Me and my ex were fighting a lot, and her son passed away. Now she told me she needs to heal and focus on herself. Should I move on and forget about her, or wait for her to heal and work things out? Just move on, bro. She don't like you like that. She's over you. She's over you. Move on, Jose. Kingsray at work right now. Love your content. Keep doing the good work. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, my bro. Dre's story about smashing a truck driver wife shook me, but I need this money, man. So listen, the guy. So I told two stories. I told a story about the woman who was married. He wasn't like a truck driver over the road. Like he had like a transport type of business, like out of a box truck type of thing. He had that type of shit, but it wasn't like over the road. And it wasn't because he was gone all the time. It was because to her, he lost his business and he was doing bad. He was in a bad spot and she wasn't turned on by him. And then another woman that I told a story about, her baby dad was the guy that she was in a relationship with. He was a truck driver, like an over the road truck driver. But when I started messing with her, they was broken up. They was broken up. If do you guys have any more questions? Macaroni Tony, don't keep your job, but you got to know what type of woman you got, bro. That's not a black and white. Oh, she gonna cheat. Oh, she gonna stay loyal. That's not some black and white shit. You got to know that I need to know her before I can say, hey, you need to leave her, stay. But I will say a lot of women ain't built for that. If a woman has kids and always uses them as a reason she can't hang out, is she being honest or making excuses? Asking for a friend. You ain't asking for no fucking friend. So my question to you is, why do you even care? If she's not hanging out and it don't matter if she using an excuse or not. She ain't available. Whether she making an excuse or not, you still gonna chase a woman that's not available? Let's say she was telling the truth and she always got her kids. You gonna pursue that? And she won't make time for you? You gonna pursue that? Or if she was making an excuse, are you gonna still pursue that? Like, sometimes you guys have to ask yourself, why am I even wasting precious mental space on this shit? Either way, you shouldn't even be worried about that. Either way, you should move on, because the bottom line is, either way, she ain't trying to see you. Dre, my ex trying to spin the block and get me to take her back. When I told her I'm not in love with her and I'm good on her, she got the tripping. What's up with that? And it's not enough information. Of course she got the tripping. She's like, oh man, I fucked up. Fucked up. The dude that was blowing my back out, he got a girl, and now I thought that was gonna be something, but you don't want me either. So now I'm in a bad spot. I made a bad decision. And so the dude that got the girl, that lived with his girl, and I didn't know, he won't answer the phone. So you the only person that'll, I can dump on. That's what that is. You know. Neither one of us have kids. She's 36. She's a telehealth psychologist, works from home. I'm new to trucking and need to get my feet wet. After 3 months, I could switch to different. So yeah, do what you got to do, bro. If she stick it in there, then you good, bro. But again, a lot of women ain't built for that type of shit. Lonely nights and shit. So it just depends on how dedicated she is to y'all, you know. But keep your job, bro. Keep doing your thing. And opportunities don't always come. Women, it's new women turning 24 every day. You know, thousands of women turning 24, probably millions turning 24 every single day. So Dre, Dre and Lucky, I feel the same way. She pressing me hard and mad I won't give in. She been in Atlanta messing around, but she claims she ready to settle. I don't even know why you talking about this chick. When exiting a long-term relationship, does any advice come to mind to transform a toxic relationship into a healthy parenting one? Boundaries. Get healthy yourself and stop doing toxic shit and start leading. Start leading with positivity. But like I said, this if you the same guy that been in that 21-year toxic relationship, she probably have no respect for you. It's gonna be very hard, bro. But boundaries. If she toxic, you don't engage. Bruh say she been in Atlanta messing around. And why do y'all be asking me about bitches who just like no goes? Like, why? I be thinking y'all be trying to get a rise out of me. But I'm working on managing that part of me better and not being so snappy and shit, you know? But I be thinking y'all be trying to get a rise out of me. You know what I'm gonna say. You've been following me long enough. You know what I'm gonna say if you tell me my ex came back, but she been in Atlanta slanging that pussy around town. What should I do? You already know what I'm gonna say. I be thinking y'all be trolling me sometimes, bro. They need the guy. You don't need that type of. You know she around here slinging that thing. Now I just want to make sure I'm making the right move. You know you making the right move, Sam. Sam, you know you making the right move, bro. Dre, your knowledge and delivery is unmatched on multiple levels, circumstances, brother. Appreciate you. I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, my brother. Keep her in rotation, but never get. Yeah, you guys are not strong enough. See, let me tell you something. You guys be like, "Oh, my ex came back. Should I keep her in the rotation? Could I just hit it?" And you ain't strong enough to do that. If your woman left you, if she left you, you wasn't strong. So when she come back, you ain't strong enough to just be hit, just fuck a woman who you didn't get a chance to close the chapter. You didn't get closure. She left you. You heartbroken and all this type of shit. You was invested. You was in love and all that shit. So when she come back, you think that you strong enough to just fuck her and toss her to the side of the road to just fuck up. You think that you strong enough to just fuck her and toss her, send her on by her way. You're not strong enough to do that. You ain't got the heart to do that. You ain't got the P bones in your body to do that, bro. All you gonna do is open the wounds back up and catch more feelings, and now you're gonna be in a situation with a chick who been slanging that thing around town while y'all was broken up because she was trying to test the water. She was bored and she needed some strength and she needed some player dick and all that. So now she come back to you. You think you just finna hit it and quit it. You think you strong enough to do that? Nah, if you was that strong, she would have left you in the first place, my guy. You understand? If you was that strong, if you was as strong as you say you was, she probably wouldn't have left you in the first place. You're not strong enough to do that. Stop doing that. When your ex double back, let it go, bro. You think you finna just fuck her and keep her in the rotate, keep her to the side and just show her? No, she gonna reel your ass right back in. And in 2-3 years, she gonna be draining you again, and you're gonna be back on listening to the show again. Because that's what y'all do. Y'all get back with y'all girls, y'all stop listening, y'all stop coming to the meetings and all type of shit. And then when you fuck up, then you, hey, King Dre, man, I should have listened to you. I know you should have listened to me. I've been doing this long enough to see guys see that cycle, and guys get their ex back or get them a chick. They stop listening, then they come back after the bitch do them dirty. You the realest N word alive. I am, bro. I am. Appreciate that. Y'all real too. We all real together. We all real together, bro. Bro, don't do it. She gonna be worse. Walk all over you. Trust me. They be making you a placeholder. Then when they find another one, they start with the toxic shit on a whole new level. Yeah, bro. Sam, move on, my bro. Just move on. I jumped in this chick inbox. She said, not interested. I respect it. It's cool. She didn't reply. We can still be friends. I left her on red. Now she's saying I'm wrong for not being consistent. Shout out to my guy Afi for the $5 super chat. They will come back and say it's been a while. Like we don't know what time it is for sure. It's been a while. I know, bitch. I know it's been a while. But anyway, guys. That's been that. That's been my time here tonight. Remember, guys, go to the Players Club. Go to the Players Club at theplayersclub.vip. Type in the playersclub.vip. That's my private men's community. Also, guys, I'm having a free training, a free class this weekend on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 3 secrets to make a woman fall in love with you. If you implement what I teach you in this class, I guarantee you see instant results. Positive results at that. So click the link that's pinned in the chat. The link will be in the comment and it'll be in the description, or you can go to howtomakeawomanfallinlovewithyou.com. Also follow me on all social media platforms: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Threads, YouTube. King Dreism, KINGDREISM. Now, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts and you want to find me on YouTube, go to YouTube and type in Captain Saver Bro Show, or type in King Dre and I'll come right up. If you're listening on YouTube and you want to watch the audio format or listen to the audio format, go to Spotify or Apple and type in the Captain Saver Bro Show or King Dre and I'll come right up. But anyway, guys, that's been that. I'm your gracious game advisor, yours truly, King Dre. I'm gone.